Today we're at a lake that has been stumping me the last few times I've come here. This used to be one of my all-time favorite bass fishing lakes, fairly close to my house, lots of giants. My personal best was caught out of here earlier this year until I freaking crushed it by 1.5 pounds just a couple weeks ago. But this was and has been one of my favorite lakes to come fishing at. And lately, the last few trips I've come here, I feel like I don't know how to fish anymore. Feels like I don't know how to catch them. Feels like the bass aren't here. I don't know what's going on. And it's led me to realize that I have become maybe a little bit too addicted to throwing swim baits in the last few months. And I don't want to stop throwing swim baits. I don't want to stop buying swim baits. There's nothing I can do to stop this addiction at this point. It's a problem that I have no intention on fixing. I love swim bait fishing for bass just as much as I love like traditional bass fishing. And that got me thinking. I was like, I really would like to come out and focus more on just bass fishing in terms of like just coming out and catching fish, not necessarily trying to go offshore, throwing giant swim baits, just hunting giants, going to lakes that have giants. I want to increase my skills for the next year's tournament season. I want to really kick butt next year. And I think the best thing I could do right now is come out and maybe once a week, like today, come out and just try to catch a limit. Let's try to catch the 5 biggest bass we can. Let's not spend too much time throwing swim baits. Sometimes maybe not any time throwing swim baits. I think throwing swim baits isn't always the best route, especially based off of, weather conditions, what lake you're at. Sometimes it's best to just, throw a chatterbait, a spinnerbait, a drop shot, a jig. There's so many ways to bass fish, and I've been maybe just focused so much on swim baits lately, I feel like I'm starting to lose my grasp on how to just catch them, So today we're gonna come out and catch our top 5 bass. And on the next video, we're gonna go out and we're gonna hunt giants. We're gonna hunt giants at a lake that has giants. And I'm gonna try to alternate back and forth. I think it'd be fun to come out and do a day where we come out and just figure out what the bite is, figure out how to catch them, figure out where they are, and try to catch our top 5. Not saying that one of those won't be a giant. We could totally catch our new personal best at any moment throwing any lure. It doesn't matter. But on the days alternating, I'll go out and I'll throw swim baits, I'll throw jigs, I'll go out fishing offshore, out deep, off structure, out deep, and I'll do all the things that you're supposed to do to catch bigger bass, and I'll go to lakes that have bigger bass. So that's the plan, you guys. That's the goal. I think it sounds, I'm freaking excited for it. I can't wait. I think in my last video, I was throwing a swim bait all morning, and then I realized it wasn't working and I needed to stop, and I did. I switched to the chatterbait, and then I was able to get a full limit, and I had so much fun doing so. I was like, I should do this more often. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Today, we're at the most challenging lake that I could possibly have picked to start this tournament, or this new series, where we're gonna be catching a limit of 5. And I'm doing so because we're here for the challenge. Who knows if we'll catch 5 bass today? Who knows if we'll catch any bass today? But I do know we got some freaking perfect weather for it right now. Nice, calm, overcast, cool morning. The water temps have dropped down to 71 degrees finally, so we're starting to head into fall now, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna come out and we're gonna throw all the lures that we can to figure them out today. We'll be competing against myself in these videos to see if we can get our biggest bag possible. The ultimate goal is to break 100 inches in largemouth. Never done that before. That's what I'm striving for. And then in the other videos, catch a personal best. So I'm freaking excited for this idea. I think it's gonna be a whole new adventure to kind of set forth into in this coming year. And I figured let's go ahead and get started today. Let's do it. I have recently become obsessed with throwing the chatterbait, you guys. This thing I was a big chatterbait denier for too long. Didn't believe in it. And oh boy, do I freaking believe in it now. So let's see if it holds true. The green pumpkin chatterbait has been the ticket for me in the last few trips. I've kind of fallen back on it as a confidence lure at this point. I believe that it is the lure to bring in the bass, and I think we're gonna use it to be our water cover today. We're gonna see if we can just cover a bunch of spots, cover as much water as we can, and see if we can figure out where the bass are. The minimum size of a bass for the bass fishing tournaments I've competed in is 12 inches. So we will accept any bass that is 12 inches and add it to the scoreboard. Our last video, we got 74.5 inches, and I'm hoping that we can beat that today. If you're not really familiar with bass fishing tournaments, anything in the 70-inch range is, you did good, you usually caught a limit. Anything in the 80-inch range is really good. In most cases, that could do well in a tournament. Up in the 90 inches, you're gonna usually place in the top 10, top 5, top 3. And if you break 100 inches, usually you've won that tournament in most cases, not always the case. But if you're up here in the Pacific Northwest, getting anything up into the 90-inch or 100-inch range is that's a trophy bag for you. It's just gonna cover water. Try to do this as quickly as possible. You want to just cover and break down all the spots that seem obvious. We're starting with this big old log right here. Oh, that was a bass right there. Watch this. Got one. Oh, man. Great sign, though. Oh, love to see a topwater. Oh, got bit. Okay. All right. We're good. We got it. We got it. We didn't hook him. But let's go ahead and throw the drop shot at this spot. We know that there is a bass over here, which is a good piece of information. Throwing a little bit of scent on there. I really like using scent when the water is this dirty. Getting nibbled on. I know there's a bigger bass over here though. We can. We'll fish this log just a little bit longer and we'll keep on moving. And for the most part, that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to keep going to spots that I think should have a bass on them. Looking for those spots with our eyes on our fish finder and with our eyes on different pieces of cover and structure along the lake. You know, I think this would be a great chance to switch to a spinnerbait. Let's do it. This is my new spinnerbait I got from Spiro. Haven't caught a fish on it yet, but I think it's going to be my new favorite spinnerbait. Got one. I think we might have ourselves a scoreable fish. No, he's not big enough. He might be a 12-incher. Let's find out. Are you 12 inches, bud? Or are you 12 inches? Sure is. All right. First fish on the board, 12 1/4. 12 1/4. Back you go, bud. Yes, on the spinnerbait. It's my first fish on that spinnerbait. 12.25. All right, first fish on the board on a spinnerbait, up super shallow in the lily pads. I'll take it. I'll freaking take it. The biggest goal is catching a limit. We're not going to worry about catching giant fish yet. I want to catch 5 fish. And then we will see about catching bigger ones. If we're only catching small ones, doing whatever strategy it took to get us to that 5. As we get better at doing this series, we can maybe get more confidence in strategies of catching bigger fish. But for now, especially on this lake, let's just see if we can get 5. I know that's going to be hard enough. That's a good bass. Let's get him again. Oh, I missed it. We'll get a couple shots at this. I don't know if we get 3, but I haven't had a frog bass in a year, you guys. Let's try a quick chatterbait switch over though. I do have a white chatterbait. We can switch to that too, but I think it's this one. Yeah, we're seeing little blow-ups right around us. There's some bass over here. There's some bass over here, and they're down to eat. Oh man. Got ourselves a fish. Oh, he's a good one. I thought he was small, but I think we need the net. Yeah, we do. Heck yeah, we got a good fish finally. Now we're talking. There's a good fish. We got a 16.5. Freaking nice fish. That's the biggest fish I've caught in this lake in quite a while. Off he goes. All right. Plus 16.5. We're at 28.75 inches. Nice, 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 nice. On the chatterbait. Green pumpkin chatterbait, you guys. I'm becoming a believer. Hey, that sun's starting to pop out. We ain't gonna keep ourselves protected. And as fun as it is to get bass thumb, I'm not really into it at this point anymore. Some of you guys get way too excited about having bass thumb. Oh man, I'm freaking pumped. This is good. I really think it's a great idea. This idea I have about trying to fish for a limit and trying to fish for big fish. I think it's gonna be so much fun coming out here just trying to catch 5. I don't know, throwing swim baits is the most fun thing ever, but you can easily freaking skunk when you just throw swim baits, especially when the weather's not permitting. You get it too locked in your hands and you just easily wreck your hands and arms and everything just gets totally destroyed, all for nothing. We are halfway through. We still need to get 3 more fish. Ideally, we get 5 more fish and cull the other 2 that we caught. But let's just shoot for 5 first, shall we? Got one. Oh, it's a good one too. Oh, it's a really good one. Heck yeah. Freaking giant. Absolute giant. Holy cow, we have a coal for the tournament. I did not see that coming today. What the heck? This is crazy. It's like 20 and a quarter. I don't know why I said 20 and a quarter. 19.75. We'll go ahead and get a weight on this guy for sure. 4.78. All right, there we go, you guys. Look at that giant fish. Holy crap. Back you go, bud. Ready? All right, it is a goal for the tournament. Crazy. Oh yeah. Not only are we submitting that to that, but we are adding that to our fish today as well. That puts us at a total of 48.5 inches. We're on track to do something great today. Dang, that's my biggest drop shot bass. That thing was a monster. He was pulling drag. My drag was set fairly tight. That was insane. All right, well that's crazy. As I mentioned before, when you do regular bass fishing, you can catch giants. And you don't just have to be fishing out deep with giant swim baits. They exist. That was a humongous fish. Holy crap. That's so awesome. One of the biggest fish I've ever caught. I think it's, or largemouth, I think it's in my, might be in my top 5. And we did it on a drop shot. On a freaking drop shot. We'll go back over this dock as well with a drop shot. We went over it with the chatterbait pretty well, but obviously this worked and that didn't. No way, we got another one. Another decent one. Whoa. Easy, bud. Feisty. All right, bud, how long are you? 16 inches. Back you go. Plus 16. We're at 64.5 inches. We just need one more scoreable fish and we will have beaten how we did on our last trip, which is amazing. So awesome. Oh my god. The fact that this has been such a difficult lake and we're freaking crushing it today is so sick. Man, that was crazy. Freaking got some fish on that docks. I feel like there was one on that third dock too, but I wasn't able to make him get out of there. I'd bet anything that these bass have moved out to this log at this hour in the day. Let's see if I'm right. Roll up beside it here. Oh, that felt decent. It is decent. Heck yeah. Oh, he freaking jumped. That was sick. That was sick on his part. Not on my part though. What the heck happened there, you know? That was our last fish. Dropped the ball. Oh, we gotta get one more fish, you guys. Feeling the pressure. Feels like I'm in a tournament. Heart rate's elevated. We have got to do this. A lot of pressure on what lure do you throw at the most critical time. All right, I know what the plan is. Final game plan. We're gonna make our way along this left side here, throw the chatterbait, and make our way to where we started this morning. I don't think it's big enough for our final fish. Oh yeah, it is. We got him, you guys. Limit achieved. Heck yeah. 13 3/4. Back you go, bud. 78.25 inches, you guys. Whew. All right, that's it. We did it. Crazy. I was wondering if we did these like regular days of bass fishing where we just go out and just try to catch a limit. Don't worry about throwing giant swim baits. Don't worry about fishing out deep if we would end up catching a giant. And we did. Did it on the very first go, which is super interesting. Got a limit. That was awesome. Beat the old score on our last trip by 4 inches, maybe some change. I'll start keeping better score of previous trips as, yeah, I'll try to keep a running tally. I think that'll be fun. We're just gonna be competing against myself. So, all right, let's freaking call it. I'm gonna head home, and thanks so much for watching, guys. See you in the next one.